Some fresh Jamaican rhythms at number 12 on my fantasy playlist, October 17th, 1993. Very catchy record, too. Sweat by Inner Circle. La 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 Long song, I believe is the subtitle of it. A La 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 Long. That's pretty nifty right there. Just that's part of your hook right there in this record. And the runner-up to Bad Bad Boys, What You Gonna Do, what You Gonna Do When They Come For You, which became a massive hit here in the States in the summer of 1993. The group goes back to 1968. They first formed in 1968, underwent some personnel changes, of course, over the years, started putting out albums by the early 70s. Bad Boy, their massive American hit, first released was first put on an album called One Way back in 1987. Then Inner Circle, they re-recorded Bad Boys in 1989. It was meant for an album that came out a couple of years later called Identified. The Fox network, though, they took the second version of Bad Boys and made it the theme of their I can't talk tonight, TV reality series called Cops. And the series took off all over the world, gaining in popularity, was syndicated in Sweden by 1990. In 1991, Bad Boys, released as a single in Sweden, went to number one. And the other European countries followed suit. Song was a massive hit in Europe in the early 90s. Then it crossed over here in the States. You can see Cops every now and then. Didn't know the premiere of Cops was on March the 11th, 1989. Didn't know it went that far back. You can still see some of the syndicated, see the show in syndication on some of the cable channels here in the States. And then Sweat came out. Actually, both songs, the version of Bad Bad Boys that was a big hit here in the States, and Sweat was on an album called Bad to the Bone. Bad to the Bone, the name of the album, by Inner Circle. Reminds me of that George Thorogood song. Well, they were bad, bad, bad boys. Sweat didn't do as well here in the States. Went to number 16 on Billboard's Hot 100. But boy, they're killing it in Europe. Gosh, dog it, man. I tell you, the Europeans and the British, boy, they get into that reggae music big time. Sweat went to number one in Germany, Netherlands, Portugal, Switzerland, Belgium. Number two in Norway. Went platinum in Germany. Sold 500,000 copies in Germany. No small feat. Not by any means. Went to number 3 in the UK. Number 12 on my fantasy playlist, October 17th, 1993. Inner Circle, working up some sweat, reggae style.